Moogles, chocobos, cactuars, even bigger cactuars with mustaches and crowns. Hey, it's a big deal. This is the Super Game Boys top 10 Final Fantasy games.
So here are the rules. I haven't played many Final Fantasy games, so my vote doesn't matter here at all. Eric, Clinton, and AJ ranked their top 10 Final Fantasy games. I compiled all the numbers, did a little math, and we got an official list. And I'm the only one who has seen this list. They have not, so it's going to be a surprise to them. And we'll see how they scratch and claw at each other, trying to tell each other which game is the best.
We're hitting all mainline Final Fantasies, sans sequels, no 11, no 14, but we are including tactics as we are celebrating this wonderful remake.
So this is going to be fun.
It better be fun. It better be fun. Which one of you fucked this up?
I didn't talk nothing.
I know you didn't. I'm looking at you.
Here's the way I feel.
Oh, here it comes.
You two guys, AJ and Eric, grew up together.
That don't matter.
So I feel like I'm out here on my own.
You're on an island,
I feel like you guys probably have very similar placements for very similar games.
No,
because you influenced each other. You guys just built up that classic.
No, this is just about IQ, my guy.
This is just a smarts test, bud.
See you later. Ain't got no smarts.
No, I think like Eric being a little older, like he definitely influenced me, but like his pocket of gaming is slightly skewed from mine. So I feel like we're not going to have this. I feel like we'll have some of the same games in the top 3 or 4. Sure. But I think our orders are going to be all different.
I can't wait.
So we're starting up right now, just what made the top 10. We'll discuss stuff that fell off later. Coming in at number 10 with a total of 4 points, we got Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Whoa. It got 4 points because only Eric put it in his top 10.
Well, okay. We're the first. Oh, boy.
All right. Well, let's hear it. Educate us.
I mean, everything they did in Tactics, they did again, but with that sweet, sweet Game Boy Advance look. Okay. It slaps. It's just like, it hits just as hard. Like I paired these like very close together because they're just like, the thing that separates the two, I would say, is like the story of Tactics like goes way harder. But Tactics Advance slaps.
So I think I actually might know more about this game than you two do. Yeah, because there's a large amount of people who believe that Advance is the better game.
Yeah.
Really?
The irony.
Yeah, it's loved.
Yeah.
This was your number 6 then?
This actually came in at your number 7.
7.
We got a real fucking strong start.
Yeah, we can't.
Hell of a start.
This was the only one that only got 1 vote. Coming in at number 9 with 5 points. Final Fantasy 12.
Interesting.
12,
okay.
Yeah, no, it belongs down there. But yeah, 12 is an interesting one because it's like, it had a lot of cool ideas and it came in pretty hard, but it just like falls flat somehow. And I think it's like the cast of characters.
What it is for me hardly feels like Final Fantasy to me.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
All, but
I wouldn't say that. The setting, like it's set in Ivalice.
Yeah, it's very Final Fantasy.
So the same world as Tactics, and the environments and the characters are super Final Fantasy to me. But I never got over the fact that you start like there's like a prologue in this game.
Yeah.
There's a prologue in this game, and you start as this character Rex, who's this like fucking dope knight with sick armor, dude. And I'm like running around, I'm like, this game is gonna be crazy. And then like, that's not who you play. Like spoiler alert, like he ain't ever in your party again. Like that was
never
just
see him again. It's just a little like intro.
And then I'm just like this thief pirate thing guy, and I was like, Vaughn, and I just like didn't.
And that's crazy because like Vaughn doesn't need to be in the game. Like he has no ties to anything that's happening aside from the fact that like war has affected his family. You know, like that's it. Why it might not feel Final Fantasy is like this one's a little more like political. It gets into like the empire and stuff like that, which is cool. But like the main characters are really like Ash and Balthier.
Balthier's the shit.
And then, some Bosch in there. But it's really just kind of part of
Gabranth is pretty up there too, but whatever.
Yeah, Bosch and Gabranth, but it's like kind of just part of Ash's story.
Yeah.
So like I would say Balthier and Ash are like really the two. And it's you can just take Van out of the party.
Dude, you can.
Which is
You're absolutely right.
Which is what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, my party is Ash, Balthier, and Bosch. Let's go. I don't need these guys at all. But like the battle system, I
Yes.
think, is another thing. Where
Yeah, the
it's like,
gambit. The
That's-
gambit
that's-
system was
that's
the
why it
yeah, it's
treasure
like
of this game.
it cooks and sucks at the same time.
It does,
leaves you in
yeah.
a really weird place because it's like, you know, because it's not that much different. Where it's like it's still turn based, kind of. You still like pick your skills and you can pick like your party members, tell them what to do, but they're all like auto attacking,
Yeah. It's
which like doesn't
very
matter, but it
MMO.
feels like it matters.
Yeah.
It's very MMO-esque for me.
Super MMO,
Yeah.
yeah. And then when you get into the gambits and stuff, which are like very involved, and it's cool how like if A happens, then B, and you know if C happens, then do A, and it's like really really intricate. But what happens is like when you get nice with your gambits, you just put the controller down.
Right.
We've talked about this before.
Why?
We've talked about this with the advent of Unicorn Overlord, in that at first setting your gambits and putting almost like a programmer hat on
Yeah.
can be fun.
Yeah.
But we want to control our party members.
Yeah,
Right, that's
'cause,
the
like,
whole thing.
Yeah,
That's the
what?
whole
Yeah,
point.
exactly. What makes turn-based like fun for me is that like I have to like react in real time and like try to be quick enough or like choose the right thing to do because this happened and that, and like that's what like gets me
Right.
going. So if I'm just tell everybody to do what I would do in that situation and then they just do it, I'm so removed
Yeah.
from it.
We'll just have ChatGPT like play the game. You know what I mean? Like
I was just gonna
it's
say,
just
like,
AI plays the game for you. You know what I mean?
I don't. Yeah.
That's not fun.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. So like that's where the game loses me. But I will say like the side quests and like all the monster hunts in this game, probably the hardest Final Fantasy has ever done it. Like
Yeah.
sick monster hunts and like everything looks awesome. The environments are really cool.
Yeah.
The summons go really hard in this one. It's like they decide to do like a completely different cast. So you don't have like Ifrit and Ramu and stuff like that.
I mean, it's funny you say that because I don't remember the summons worth a damn in this game.
It's because you can't pronounce any of them.
Yeah. Zalera, Matthias, Adremelech.
Yeah.
Adremelech.
Matthias? There's a Matthew in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never summon Matt, bro?
But yeah, the summons are cool. Too.
Damn, I don't got enough MP for Matthew.
You guys want to know something funny? This game for IGN, this game's in a 4-way tie with the best Final Fantasy games of all time.
Jesus Christ, it's a mess,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
That's why we're
9.5, 4-way tie
That's
with
horrible.
other Final Fantasy games.
That's just not right.
But it marks like the year perfectly of when IGN just started giving everything 10s. It's
Yeah,
like 'cause
yeah.
you can see where it starts tilting.
Even then, Metacritic 92
Yeah.
for Final Fantasy 12.
bold.
It's close to being one of the better reviewed games on Metacritic.
I mean,
That being said,
User score 7.5.
yeah.
People
that
who
feels
actually played
accurate.
the game.
Yeah, that feels accurate to me. But that being said, I am dying to play the Zodiac Age, the remaster.
The Zodiac version's great.
I just there's a lot of games to play.
Yeah, for sure.
This one can't really jump ahead of everything else at the time being, but I will one day get it.
Where did you guys have this in your list?
This was not on my list.
I don't have
No?
my list.
Yeah, Clinton was not on his list. AJ came in at number 9 for you, and Eric came in at number 8.
So I think the Game Boys ranking is accurate here.
All right, are you guys ready for number 8?
Let's hear
Boy,
it.
am I.
Number 8 coming in with 9 points. Final Fantasy V.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Little low, I think. I like 5 a lot.
Yeah, you got it at number 7. Clinton got it at number 7 as well, and Eric is number 10.
Yeah, just made my cut. I mean,
What?
Well, it's one of those things where it's like it's just where it landed. It's like I had all these other games, and then I was like, all right, where do I put 5? And I had 1 slot left, and I was like,
There it
That's
is. Yeah.
No kidding.
right in.
I played this recently, for the first time, and I did not expect to like it as much as I did.
Oh, it's
Did you
great.
play the Pixel
Sick.
remaster?
Played a illegal, stolen.
It's not illegal if you already own a copy.
Yeah, I played it. I played it on an emulator handheld console, but so it was not the Pixel remaster. But yeah, the like there's a tone for this game that's like
Silly.
a little goofy,
Yeah,
a little
it's a
silly.
joy. It's a fun romp.
Yeah.
It was. I found it like refreshing, right? Like, especially like if you're used to playing games that are more serious, like 6 or
Yeah.
7, like.
Yeah.
Would you say it's kind of more like
Heavy
like
themes.
Dragon Quest in tone? Like 'cause I
Not-
see like Dragon Quest seems to be a little
not far off
on the silly side.
a little different. The best word I think is lighthearted.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
there's still heavy shit happening in the universe and stuff, but like the main characters are like there's a lot of humor involved, and there's essentially only 4 main characters in the game. So yeah, it's just it feels like a little adventure and not like a big, heavy, like emotional, thematic
world-ending conflict.
Which on one hand you could say like, oh, I don't like that. For me, I was like, that's in a series full of shit like that. Like it's actually a really cool, like different, like a curveball for sure.
But yeah, I mean the job system in 5 is like, you know, one of the best it's ever been.
It's one of
got everything
to this
you need.
day one of the top three job systems I can think of in Final Fantasy.
It rips. It's cooking.
A dozen jobs at least, with all different like abilities that you unlock over time. Like it was awesome, and it was a little bit overwhelming for someone with my like personality because I'm like, well, I gotta I want to master all the
Yeah,
jobs.
it gives you like all of them at once.
Yeah, you get them in bunches. You get like 5 sick jobs at once. And I'm like, dude, I just gotta. I guess I'm grinding here, and I just like leveling up the jobs. It was dope.
It's a lot.
This next one's a doozy.
Oh God, what are we doing?
Metacritic has this as the highest scored Final Fantasy game of all time. Also a 3-way tie user score of all time. Number 7, coming in at 14 points.
Here we go.
We have Final Fantasy 9.
Okay. Number 7?
At 7.
Clinton, number 5 on Clinton's list. Number 3 on AJ's list. Number not on the fucking list on Eric's
Get the
list.
fuck out of here.
Bro.
Not on the list.
Not on your list, bud?
You put Tactics A2, but not 9 on your list, dude?
No, not
I did
A2.
I did not put A2.
I mean,
on it.
all right, you put Tactics
Tactics
Advanced, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
not
absolutely.
9.
No, I don't need that game.
Bro, that's a spiteful ass choice.
I don't need that
Dude,
game.
Eric's a spiteful
What do you
ass
mean?
guy.
I need these 10 games. I don't need that game.
That's absurd, dude.
I would like Quina, though, in like a different game.
Quina, Vivi, like,
Quina, yeah.
what do you?
Oh my God.
All right, man. Let's hear it. Let's hear your
Number 7
justification
though,
for
okay.
this off, dude.
Oh, for me, I think Zidane sucks. I think like he doesn't like his whole thing is just like, yeah, I'll help.
Vaughn sucks. We just established that.
Yeah, but you don't have
had
to
that
use
on
him.
your list.
You don't have to use him. Balthier is the main character.
You can't take Zidane out of your party? I've never tried.
No, I can't.
Eric tried.
That
was the first thing he tried to do is, can I get this guy out of my
The whole
party?
story revolves around him. Where Vaughn, you can literally just remove, and it doesn't matter. But yeah, no, I mean, I just think Zidane sucks. I think there's no motive to like play the game or do the story. Like nothing is like, yeah, I'm just doing it because like I think I should, or like because I want to help. And I'm like, it just doesn't
It's
like pull
hardly
me.
the only game that where the main characters like that, though.
No, yeah,
Right.
well, that's not the only reason. I just
Yeah.
like, I mean, it copies a lot of things from previous games, and so it's like
That's the
those
series.
games did it better. Yeah, I just have nothing fed me in that game.
All right.
Nothing
I'm
fed me.
surprised
But,
that
like,
it's your number 3.
You guys gush over it. Like, go for it.
So when the game came out and I played it and I was young, I was coming off of playing 7 and 8, and I generally wasn't as into 9. And then 10 came out and I was like, oh, I guess I don't like 9 because I like 10 a lot. So my top 3
makes
was,
too much
was
sense.
those 3, and then I was like, oh, 9 I don't really mess with. And I didn't mess with it for years, but I recently replayed it, and like it's one of those things that over time, I think for me this game's grown. Like my memory of it or my feelings about it have gotten better with time.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get to 10, we'll talk about it. But 10 has done the exact opposite for me. 10 over time has gotten like
weird.
I'd like it less and less over time, and I like 9 more and more over time.
That's if we get to 10, by the way.
It's if we get to 10.
Don't be confident it's on this
Dude,
list.
stop. Although it being number 3 is already a problem
No,
for you. That's a problem. That means your top 3 is wrong.
no.
Wait, was it for you?
My 5.
5?
I love being not in this. It's so awesome.
This
Final Fantasy 9 is a comedy. It's a play. It wears that on its sleeve
Definitely
front
a joke. I'll
to
tell you
back.
that.
oh come on.
But it's got some of the best humor in the game. The jokes always land.
That's not why I'm here.
I don't even
It can only add. I think, when it's that good.
It's a nice touch. For me, it's an oddly digestible game.
Yeah,
Like it has crazy replay value because I feel like for whatever reason, is it much shorter than 7 and 8?
No, I wouldn't say
I
so.
feel like you
considering
fly
that-
through it.
Considering that I think Steiner's best weapon is locked behind a speed run, it
Yeah.
can't be that long.
Yeah, that is true, and that's whack.
That's
like
crazy.
that's a
Yeah.
terrible choice. But like, there's something about this game that, for whatever reason, like I feel like it's very digestible, and in a way that like
The world only have two things.
things you can eat and things you can't eat.
God, Quinn is the best.
But it's approachable and digestible in a way that like I think some of the other games aren't. Like for instance, 7 I think is like a heavy ass game that like, but like if I'm not always in the mood to replay a game like that.
Heard.
It's just a little too much. Where 9, it's like,
I'll start that game any day of the week.
yeah, I'll start it, but I won't finish it. I've started it lots of times, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just something about the way that 9 progresses and like how it feels as a whole. It's very complete and cohesive in a very impressive way to me.
I think the pacing in that game is really,
It's really well
good.
paced.
Yeah.
Some
Some of the best. I think it's my top 3 OSTs in Final Fantasy.
yeah, it is.
As soon as you hit me with that start screen, the da da no no da 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 da. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
No,
Nothing in that game.
There's
grabs
something
me.
about
the
that
music-
like
the music is
medieval instrument ensemble is oh man, it hits me
the
right.
music is great.
right where
it's,
it hurts.
It's objectively great.
I love the
really
battle
is.
theme in that game too because
Yeah.
it takes the
The overall like,
6.
it's
so
like that
good,
like
yeah.
fun little bouncy thing. Yeah,
very
it's
bouncy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Do you still have the copy that I gave you?
I sure do.
Nice.
Yeah. Is this like one of the only Final Fantasies that you've purchased?
I think so, yeah.
You've got some stake in the game.
I don't remember much of playing it, to be honest.
Nah.
It's forgettable.
Stop, dude.
I didn't play that much of it. So I tend to like
I'm just talking.
at this point in my life, I was trying to get into RPGs and just bouncing right off of them.
Sure.
The first RPG that I got into was Paper Mario, and then it was Legend of Dragoon, or could have been one before the other. I don't know what it was. And then I was like, oh, I like this style of game. And then for some reason tried Final Fantasies, and they just kind of I could just kind of bounce off them
Sure.
for
Yeah.
one reason or another. It's just
I mean, Paper
so
Mario.
9 ruined it for you. Like if you had started with something else, it might be different.
9 was probably the first Final Fantasy game I'd ever played.
Yeah, ruined.
So
Absurd.
Such a
Absurd
punk.
take.
so yeah, that's
Saying that now he doesn't like Final Fantasy.
I mean, he's got a point. The only two Final Fantasy games I purchased was 9 and 16.
Whoa.
Damn, dude.
Rough hit. Can't wait till we get to 16 on this list.
Unfortunate.
There's only really a couple of things that I can think of that I would have changed in this game. Things I don't particularly enjoy. Their overdrive system, which is called Trance.
It doesn't make any sense.
I really hated the way they handled it.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
not
no control when it hits. You could be fighting.
Yeah, that sucks too.
You could be fighting like a
just
nothing
a common
random
enemy,
encounter in the overworld.
Just
Yeah.
waste your limit break.
You can't hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to have triggered it under your terms. And I've already said this on the podcast. You guys know how I feel about the last boss. That whole like last run
Terrible.
of bosses, I loved the build up to Garland. I adored the build up to Big Bad Trance Kuja.
Yeah.
I just thought they plated it so whack. Like Garland should have been a piece of shit menace to
Yeah.
end all things, right?
Yeah.
And he just wasn't.
I think
Kuja just literally like half-heartedly kicks him off a ledge, and
Yeah.
then he just guides you through as this dead sage. It just felt very like, oh, that's it. That's that. He's been like the hugest bad of this entire franchise. That's it.
Poor AJ is one of his favorite games. You guys
No,
just shit all over it.
but like
I knew from Eric it was coming. But Clinton actually likes it, so that's good. But like,
That's a win.
yeah.
and then
it's,
Necron, that's yeah.
one knock about this game is like it's like really easy. I think it's like one of the easier Final Fantasy games.
Which I've never minded. Because it's still fast paced. You got
It is,
four
yeah.
four
you
party members.
and you feel strong generally throughout the game, even if you're not grinding and stuff, which is a good and bad thing. I could have used a little bit more challenge from it. really think it's a well packaged, cohesive experience in a way that not every Final Fantasy is.
Yeah, it's so thoughtful.
Yeah, I think so.
And the last thing I'll say is, we talk often about how in RPGs, especially when you get new gear, you've got to feel it. And dude, this fucking game mastered that feeling. Dude, when you get the new Swallow and he just goes for it, he's and you're doing like, dude, this game hits so hard.
I mean, the battle system of this game is great. Like I love one of my favorite things about this game and my favorite characters in the game is like the way that Vivi and Steiner play off of each other and like the magic sword attacks and stuff. Like it's fucking great.
It's
like
got that chrono trigger vibes.
That's the shit we need, man. Like that tastes good, you know.
Weird opinion. Steiner's one of my favorite characters in all of Final Fantasy.
Yo, he's grown on me so much. I used to hate Steiner.
I love Steiner. I think he's so good.
As I'm getting old and weird, he's grown on me quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have no use for Freya or Amarante, though.
Dude, there's no reason for Amarant to be in that game.
Yeah, Amarante.
Couldn't agree more.
No reason.
No reason to be there.
Freya,
No reason.
I like Freya. She's obviously
there's not enough there to grab
like,
onto. Like I like the idea of a rat dragoon lady in my party. Like fuck yeah, but then it's like
I just think her story is so depressing.
Yeah, it's also just nothing. It's just like, oh, my boyfriend forgot me. I'll join your party.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I wanted more there or something, but in general, the characters for me are like it's Vivi and Steiner, and like the rest. Honestly, I could take or leave Zidane, but those two.
Yeah, he's useless. But Quina #1.
Quina and Kate Sith and who else? Fucking what are the weird
the
characters?
foil like mascot characters of this franchise?
Yeah, like they can go. Get the hell
dude,
out.
I am not putting Quina in the same ballpark as Kate Sith, though.
I am, dude.
Quina's fucking crazy. Quina's immaculate.
You just love blue magic in any.
I mean, it fucks heavy, but like that's just a bonus to being Quina.
What are they?
They're their own Final Fantasy species.
They're not a clown.
No, they're their own
not a
species.
chef clown.
They're the Quan.
Chef clown.
Yeah, like
species.
Quants.
They're the Quan.
Quants.
Chef clown.
But dude, when Uncle Sid is turned from an Oglup to a frog, and then the first time Quina is on the ship with Uncle Sid,
I'm gonna eat that.
they're just like ... frog. Frog's talking. Eat frog. Dude, I lose it every time.
So
frog. So good.
All right,
dude.
All right,
So speaking of frog, before we get into our number 6 pick, I just have a hypothetical for you that came off the top of my head. If Chrono Trigger happened to be eligible to be in this list,
number 1,
where would it sit? Number 1, where would it sit?
Don't fuck this up.
Where would it sit? Eric, I know the answer.
#1. You're
Number
so
2?
dumb.
Number 2, okay.
Dude,
I just had to ask that.
Hey, I quit.
We might be
I
able-
quit the show. This is the last episode I will be recording.
But our aggregate would still make it number 1. So it would be my number 2, but my number 1 is just far too precious to me.
There you go.
Crazy. Go. Let's go.
I had to ask it. Chrono Trigger got brought up. Started talking frog. I was like, I gotta know where this
The
sits.
real question is, where's Chrono Cross? That's tough.
It's on my list.
It's
It
on
would
the
be
list.
in Eric's list. I think I know you well enough.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily.
I'm gonna.
It's not top 5 for me though. Spoiler alert.
I think it would be top 5 for you.
I think it would.
I think it would be
5.
top 5 for me. I think it'd be 5.
I think it would be 5. Yeah.
I love that game.
I love
Fantastic.
to love that game,
That-
but that game pisses me off. I'm
That
sorry.
soundtrack
That soundtrack is
number 1.
It is.
Yeah.
I will
the
agree with you
soundtrack
there.
to end all soundtracks.
Holy
I will agree with you there.
smokes, dude.
Brilliant.
It's got
and
that.
then even just like he takes that soundtrack and then just does it again for the other world.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's
The other
somehow,
dimension?
like,
Hitting harder.
It's just
Yeah.
as hard in a
Yeah.
totally different way.
Right.
Incredible.
Crazy.
Anyway, great questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
What number are we on?
We on number 6. We on number 6.
All right.
Total 15 points.
Okay.
We got Final Fantasy 4.
Okay.
Down at 6. Okay, a little bit of disrespect on that.
That's
but-
Yeah,
low.
little different.
I feel like that's
It's a
low.
bit high on Eric's list.
Oh wow, it was actually my number 6.
It was Eric's
this
number
is your
4.
I had it lower. I had it at 8.
Jeez.
So, Yeah.
What was it on your list, Eric?
Number 4.
4. Okay, 4, 6, 8. Hey, well,
Number 4
kind
at
of
4.
equilateral thing there.
Yeah, man.
And his number 3 is
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 3.
Hey.
His number 2 is Final Fantasy 2.
I did my list. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric didn't
I
get
did
the
my
assignment.
list.
He just listed the games in order. For
I thought Cecil was your boy.
Cecil's probably my favorite Final Fantasy character. I identify with Cecil. Like, deeply identify with Cecil.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
So Cecil Dark Knight, Cecil Paladin. Which one is Alan and which one's AJ?
Yeah, AJ's the Dark Knight for sure. Honestly.
That's what I thought.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Great question.
Little chaotic
100%.
good in there.
100%. Yeah, but like 1 through 8 are they're a tight race. 9 and 10 on my list are like miles below. It's just like a huge drop off in the quality of the games for me. But
Foreshadowing.
No,
wait,
he's
your
talking about
picks.
his top 10.
Not the Final Fantasy.
Not the,
Oh, well, okay. I was like,
I was like, wait, I
like,
thought
settle
the same
down.
as you, Andy. I was like, why are you giving away these details?
No,
Yeah.
he's saying his top 10.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, like the difference between my number 8 and my number 9.
Oh, okay.
It's like a game I love and a game I barely like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yes.
a huge cavern for
Okay.
me. So 8 is a game sorry. Final Fantasy 4 is a game I love, but it's in my 8 spot. But yeah, Cecil's my favorite character probably in the franchise.
So good.
Dude, four did so many things. 4 like birthed like RPGs like as we know it. 4 was like it, dude. 4 was the first time that they were like, yo, you want a story?
Yeah.
You want a narrative?
Huge
you want
story.
You want characters like coming in and out? You want characters getting killed? You want characters betraying you?
This
Yeah.
might
Like,
be the most Final Fantasy.
dude, 4 goes hard, dude, and like no other RPGs had like really done that at the time. Like 4 came in heavy and like kind of just set the bar.
Incredible game. Well, the first time I played it, it was after I'd played like 7, 8, 9, 10, and I just couldn't believe how fucking rad it was for a game to get that was that old.
Yeah,
and-
it's so good, and it just goes, man. It like doesn't. There's like no lag. It just like keeps going.
not a super long game, which is
No.
awesome.
Yeah.
Really, it's a digestible ass game.
Yeah. I would say it's tough. Like you'll be grinding in that one.
Yeah, there's a little bit of grinding.
It ramps quick.
Yeah.
Like every new dungeon you walk into, you're like, all right, let's go. Like, poof, and you're like, wow, I just got wiped, dude. What?
Yeah.
Like,
You got twins, Palom, Porum.
Oh, Palom and Porum. Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
You don't like Palom and Porum? They sacrificed themselves for you.
Not really. They come back. Spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, no, not until like.
Everybody comes back. Everybody you think that dies in this game comes back. It's one of the
Yeah,
knocks
it's
I
a
have
bait
against it
switch
is
there.
like it's not. None of it's real. If they actually sacrifice themselves, I'd be like fucking respect, dude. But the fact that they come back because
I don't think they come back in 4 though.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Come back at the end. Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't think they came back. I thought they came back maybe in like the sequel, the after years or something.
Yang sacrifices
Because it
himself.
was supposed to be like they couldn't be unstone or unpetrified because they chose themselves
to do it to
be
themselves.
petrified.
Yang comes back. It's just like a whole reunion. Like,
Yeah,
they're
Yang
like,
comes
oh,
back.
there you are.
But-
oh, there you are.
But Tella for sure fried himself.
Oh,
trying
Tella
to
died.
summon meteor.
Oh, Tella died.
Tella.
Oh, he didn't
Tella.
try to. He did.
Oh,
summon.
he did it, and he just eviscerated his body.
Yeah.
Tella's your boy, though. Tella's my
he is your
fucking
boy,
guy.
dude.
That's why, like, you say Palom
gave it
Forum,
his-
I
gave
go,
it his all.
Tella.
Tella.
Real G.
But no, I'm kind of with you on this one. One of my biggest gripes with this game is there's so much Deus Ex Machina. It's just like, oh yeah, of course that was happening in the background. Sure. Perfect timing, bro.
Yeah. It's,
But
I love
No
the-
thanks, bro.
That's roller coaster shit, man. That's just fun little adventure.
oh, yeah, you're here with
Yeah.
tons of new magic and summons because you've been training in the realm of the Eidolons this whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, perfect.
Right.
Yeah, that's
We really needed you.
Yeah.
That's working out perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's hard. It's
Love it.
it's like a good story, not a great story. It's like a good story and a good setup. But if somebody was studying storytelling, like they'd be like,
Oh,
that's
sure.
a shit fucking story, dude.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
ultimately.
But I'd say for at the time, like it's checking all the boxes.
Totally.
We're having a good time.
100%. And like, I do feel like at the end of that game, like shit starts to move at like lightning speed. Like the first,
Yeah, like
the
we're going to
first
the
act-
moon, baby.
Yeah, like the first
Literally.
act, like shit's unfolding and it's mysterious, and then by the time the end of the game, it's like, yeah, look, fucking get in the fucking ship, we're going to the moon, baby. Woo! Like, and all of a sudden, like, yeah, everybody, all your dead homies are back. You're like, oh fuck, shit's going off. Okay,
Great game.
yeah, great game. Oh, 6.
Bottom 5. Now we're in the top 5.
Top 5.
Halfway point.
Number 5 with a
Now,
total of
it's gonna start getting dangerous now. Okay, it should be easy, but yeah, let's go.
Number 5, total of 17 points. We got Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I
That was
really wanted
my
this in the top 5.
that was my number 4.
All right.
Nice. Okay, that's pretty high. What'd
Sure
you have?
was. Both number 6, you two.
Right. Oh, was it 6? I thought it was 5.
They're doing the remake. I can't wait to fucking play it. But the best job system of any Final Fantasy, without question, in my opinion.
It's up there, bud. Yeah.
A fucking crazy good story
It's wild.
that, like, it's impressive they were able to tell in a tactical RPG format.
Yeah.
Which is not a
It's all like
format.
broken up. And
Yeah, which
in
is
battles
not
and
a
stuff,
format
yeah.
where it's easy to tell a good fucking story. It's really hard. Like,
You listening, Fire Emblem?
exactly, yeah. and there's some great Fire Emblem games too, right? But
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying, story isn't really.
Sure, but the
right.
story isn't the strong point.
I, mean, I liked Awakening as much as the next guy, but
So I have a little confession to make too about this game. It's not changing anything, but this is probably the only Final Fantasy I've only played one time.
Yeah, same. It's foggy, man.
yeah.
But
It's due for the remake, man.
Yeah, perfect.
dude, I bet you're
timing.
stoked.
I'm gonna.
I am so stoked. The thing is, like, I loved every second. This was my first tactics game ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Like in that style of game.
Like grid-based tactics style.
I was
Like,
a
I haven't
isometric,
played.
I was a Sega Genesis kid, so I did mess with the Shining series.
Oh, Shining
yeah,
Force?
Shining Force.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hell
nice.
yeah. There was a lot there too for you.
Yeah.
So I loved every second of this game, and I never played it again, but I'm like keeping it precious up here. And then when the reveal for the remake came out, I'm so happy.
Dude, and also Square
It's
doing
time,
like
baby.
doing-
Like I tried to replay it again, like fairly recently. I put it on my PSP. Yeah, and I'm on like Battle 3, dude. And I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm like, what's going on, dude?
Yeah.
This game's
no,
hard.
it
as
is
hell.
hard. It's hard, and like, this is tactics games in general, but like, the battles take a long time sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
take 45 minutes. You know
But
what
dude,
I mean?
I love them.
Yeah.
I will straight up restart a battle, even if I'm crushing it, but I simply just think I could do better.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're like, I can do that cleaner.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could do
less
that
turns.
way cleaner.
Less turns.
Or just like trying to level new classes.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
you're doing dumb shit. Like you're just like walking back and forth and like casting a little spell
yeah,
on
come
yourself and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. It's. I can't wait to replay it, and I really like the like feature in remasters where like fast forward. I hope there's some type of like fast
No,
forward.
there is.
Oh,
There is.
sure.
They've
Yeah,
showed
yeah.
it. They've showed it already. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna pick this up as well, just
You should.
Dude.
because why not,
I mean,
dude?
I'm stoked to have it on the Switch too. I think that's just a great game to like pick
perfect.
up and play a battle. And
I just love that
On the go,
version
I
of
agree.
PS1 aesthetic as well. Like I love the jank graphics of like Resident Evil and like
sure.
shit like that, but that pseudo sprite
Yeah.
kind of 3D-ish thing that PS1 did.
Yeah.
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 Amazing.
Like
really
well, I also other tactics games. I played some front mission games for PS1 when I was younger.
Oh, sure.
They kind of have the same feel, but like a little grittier and
Sure.
But
I've been meaning to play those remasters too. Like they
yeah,
did one
it's in my wish list for the Switch.
yeah, it's mine too. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. But
Yeah, I have it on my list on dekudeals.com. That is DEKUDEALS.com. Use code Super GameBoys for nothing. We're not sponsored by them.
But boy, do we love
But we
that.
are very passionate about what this person has done to create this
Fantastic.
fantastic digital store aggregate.
And we will continue to bring it up every episode.
because we are.
Gaming's official podcast.
The
Nice.
smile gets more half-assed every time I say it.
Yeah, it was genuine the first time.
too.
Are we ready for number 4?
I'm ready for
Gentlemen.
number 4. Let me have a peep at my.
I'm gonna start
list
getting
one more
pissed.
time.
Let's go.
I think
Let's go.
Let's hear it.
No, the top 4 is
It should be
set in
easy.
stone.
It should be easy, but you already messed it
yeah,
up.
you all know what the
didn't.
top 4 are going to be. You just don't know in what order.
I didn't.
So let's narrow that down a little bit. Number 4 coming in at a total of 20 points. Final Fantasy 8.
I fucking knew it. Damn it, Clinton.
Fucking Clinton.
You fucking suck, dude.
Fuck you guys. That game sucks.
That was like the forefront of my mind walking into today. Walking into this house, I was like, Clinton's gonna bomb 8. He's gonna bomb 8 on me.
Yeah, AJ had this at a number 2.
Ooh.
Eric had it on number 3. So only one spot off from where you actually had it.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Clinton number 8.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
8 for 8.
And you're lucky it's there.
Despicable
You don't
behavior.
think it sucks, dude.
I do think it sucks.
Despicable
You think it's a bad
behavior.
I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a bad Final Fantasy.
Why?
The intro
Rips.
has me. Well, the intro cinematic rips. The intro of the game.
Rips. What? What part of it?
I mean, it's the same reason I
What
hate
part am I wrong?
Persona 5. It's like I wake up.
It's a little bit of a drag.
I wake
You're
up
running
with
around the
a
Baum Garden. I
dump
get it.
of lore that I don't care about. I really do not care about. Cypher's kind of a bitch in the beginning. Well, he's a bitch through the whole thing.
You can't talk shit about Cypher, dude.
Squall,
I'm not gonna allow that.
Squall's giving me nothing while we're in the Squall.
That's what Squall does. Squall gives you nothing. Why don't you go talk to a wall?
He gives you nothing.
I need something. I need something. Mike of Resonant Arc did this thing where he did an alternative edit of the game.
Okay.
Hold on, hear me out. The first song, Edia's theme. What is the name of that song?
Secession of Witches.
He has the first mission.
Yep.
And the fucking shot of the moon reflecting on the water and then the ships has that. And that's the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
I had a Pizza Hut demo disc of this fucking game.
Yeah,
and it starts you right there.
Yeah,
I was so hyped about
the Dalit mission. And,
So,
and you know,
Dalit
and-
mission.
So you
and
put it
so good.
You put it A because you didn't like the intro of the game?
No, that's just reason number one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, he's right. If they just shuffled that to do like Dalit mission intro, it would have been like ramping you up, right? Where I
Yeah.
understand you get an amazing cinematic, and then you're like, I'm in bed. I got to run around school.
Yeah, dude.
Then I go find like a free in the cave, do training.
Then
But-
I gotta play a fuck ton of triple triad because I gotta win that Mog card.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But like, I get what you're saying, and I understand like wanting to come in strong and ramp you up to get hyped for the game.
Yeah.
But I'm just as happy with this. I think it's great. I love, because like it sets you up to be like, this is Squall's daily life, dude. This is where he lives.
Yes.
He lives in Garden. He's being trained. He's got this rivalry with Cypher. You get like, and a lot of RPGs start off slow like that, and sometimes that's a bad thing for RPGs in general. It's kind of tough to get rolling.
She's your
but-
teacher. You meet you get a sense of like, what is seed? Why am I going on a mission?
Chrono Trigger starts off pretty slow. Kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's an
you're in a-
RPG thing. Right?
you-
it happens a lot because you got to
Start off in bed and then you just
stuff.
go to a carnival.
Dude, but within 10 minutes, my homie is in a portal. Go.
10 minutes.
It's not 10 minutes, but I get what you're saying. I get the argument, but like that's just the first like half hour of the game.
Listen, I don't like magics as a commodity.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
worst
draw system
the
was-
worst Sid
Yeah.
in the entire franchise.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
This-
There's a
Take
lot
it
worse
easy
Sids,
there,
dude.
There's a lot of
that's-
Sids.
There's a
that's-
lot of Sids.
That's
to pick
crazy
from.
thing to say. Put some
You're
respect
gonna
on
come on,
Headmaster
Headmaster Sid like that. What the fuck did
I'm
he
coming on
say?
Headmaster Sid like this. He's got nothing for me.
He's got Edith's card.
You damn right, dude. Yeah, okay, eat his card.
He's got Edith's card.
But also,
Wife, of course he's got a card.
but dude, he's also
Well, he said
like
he got nothing for you. He got the
he
card.
created Seed. He's running the garden. Like he's the whole reason the planet survives, dude.
The
Because he's
wackest,
training
the
these kids.
wackest love story in the entire franchise too. Squall,
Squall and Renoa?
Yeah,
Dude, what are you talking about? She like melts his like hard exterior. She opens him up to like how things could be.
her personality feels that of an AI in this whole game. It's just ridiculous. The timing of her just like gushes of love is so fucking
the
tone
dialogue.
deaf through the whole game.
The dialogue is wonky in this game.
Yeah,
I get it.
it's
The
wonky.
exposition is kind of wonky in this
I mean,
game, but
we're-
the
we're-
core
we're-
themes here.
We're grading
are
it against
absolutely
other Final
amazing.
Fantasies, guys. Like the dialogue in Final, the love stories in Final Fantasy and the dialogues in Final, like, I'm sorry, like it's not all great.
Yeah.
right?
So
So like,
Yeah, you take it with a grain of salt, but like it's all there, baby. It's great.
So I couldn't agree with you more in that the difference between my 7th pick being Final Fantasy V and my 8th pick being this one. It's
Big
like
difference.
super great game to like. Wow.
That's
Never
insane.
again.
That's absolutely insane, dude. Did you
This is
see the
this is the
Gunblade?
first. Yeah, the Gunblade is dope.
Gunblade.
The
Dude, the GFs, dude.
the active
equipping
time
your
of,
Guardian
like,
forces and getting abilities.
buffing your attack on the right time was dope.
Oh yeah.
For me, I kept trying to look for reasons to buy me another hour.
Yeah,
Buy me another
I think
hour.
you just don't identify with Squall.
I don't identify with
that's
Squall.
okay.
I really do not.
Because boy, do I.
Yeah.
He's the boy has nothing for
I
me,
get
man.
Squall on like a molecular level. Like, yes. Yeah, and that's what like really takes this, like rockets this game for me, is like I just totally like get Squall and like what he's going through. And I just think like the twist of like having Squall be this like reluctant hero, like you see him kind of grow into the position. Like he doesn't want the responsibility. He barely wants you to talk to him. He just like doesn't want that shit. And like, you know, all the other Final Fantasies, you have guys like Cecil, who's just like stepping up to do the job. Like, you know, and Squall is just not that guy. And you watch him like build into it. And like, by the end, he's leading Garden, man. He's like, he's the fucking dude.
The numbered game right before this, 7, Cloud, for the first act of the game, is the same guy. But Cloud is so much better than Squall on every level thematically.
Cloud's a bit more complex of a character.
Cloud doesn't even know.
Unbelievably complex compared to
Squall
Squall.
is a more realistic character.
Cloud doesn't even know who he is.
Just that.
Cloud is playing
Which is
a part.
part of the
playing
reason
a
he's
part,
so
He's interesting.
fucking good.
He's interesting.
Yeah, but
his
that's what makes
story,
him
man.
complex.
Oof.
But
anyway,
Your
I'm
point's
sorry.
valid.
But anyway,
Thanks for
great-
hearing
like,
me. You guys go for it. It's not my game.
You wanna go first?
top 3, maybe top 2 soundtracks.
My
Like,
favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack.
yeah, he
Un-
hooks on this, dude. That,
Fucking real.
like what I think I find
Uematsu?
amazing
Uematsu.
about this game
Oh,
is like
of course,
the
Uematsu.
battle theme goes so hard.
It does.
And then you get Laguna's battle theme, a second battle theme, and it goes just as hard. And you're like, how did you do it twice in one game?
I love when
That's
it comes in with
crazy.
a bum dum dum then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
do 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 do.
Yeah,
So good.
fucking bangers,
Absolutely
dude.
phenomenal, man.
But then, like for me, it's also just like the cozy, like area location themes, like what's a Fisherman's Horizon, and like
yeah.
dude, just
That
like
track is dope.
like it's one of those like you can just put on the soundtrack, especially like there's like a whole like lo-fi chill thing. Like if you take off the tracks of this soundtrack and put just on like the location, it's like that vibe. It's just a chill,
The
like
world
fucking
map.
the world map. Oh, it's fucking.
Final Fantasy VIII, lo-fi and chill.
I'm sure that exists.
Yeah,
for sure. But like they just hit, man, and like memorable themes that are different from each other, like which is what Uematsu I think excels
king of
at.
it, yeah.
Is just like you can hear an Uematsu thing and it puts you in an environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
fucking just masterwork. You want to talk about great games? Just give me Triple Triad and this is a top 5 fucking Final Fantasy.
Let's remaster and port Triple Triad to modern console. Because, yeah, I could sit and play that game all day long.
So good, dude.
In the spirit of us
I don't need you to play this game.
completely torturing you multiple times on camera,
No.
I would be a sacrificial lamb.
But you've already played it 4 times.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
like-
gonna it's
you know
not
what I
gonna
mean?
click for you.
Wait, here, you have an opportunity to have this guy play a game that he doesn't like. And after how many times he's done it to you?
He doesn't deserve it.
Hey, you know what though? Now that I'm like giving it the thought of what it would be like, a turn-based RPG, maybe not the best choice. Because this game needs a lot of time.
Yeah, it does. It's
And you don't have a lot of
huge
time this year, my guy.
No.
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 Yeah, no,
This is a stacked
huge
year.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I love the characters in this game.
Characters are amazing. The summons in this game,
Summons are fucking
sick as
incredible.
hell. And like I love some of the side quests, the optional ones that you got to go find.
Yeah.
It's so cool. This game also did something really fun where there's like, I think there's like 8 summons or GFs that you can get that you can't actually like equip, but they're like conditional or random. Like Odin.
Oh, Odin,
is
yeah,
one where he'll just
Gilgamesh.
show up, cut all your enemies in half, and you're like, sick,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Thank you. Phoenix is another one where like if you die, you have like a slim chance of like
Yeah.
Phoenix just resurrecting
That
you.
saved my ass.
So
one time.
sick.
Got
Yeah.
a Slim Jim?
But yeah, there are a couple like that that'll just
Gilgamesh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he takes place.
He
of
takes the
Odin.
place of Odin. Oh, because he fucking, spoiler, it kills Odin, right?
No, Cypher does.
Cypher
dude.
does, yes!
And that's why Cypher fucks, dude. You want to challenge Cypher, dude? Are you kidding me?
Oh my god. Cypher rips, dude.
Still ain't a knight though.
How fucking dare you? You know, we always like to talk about final bosses in this game. The fact that my party's random in this fucking game for the final
Dude,
boss.
but the weight that the final boss in this game gives you, like,
Yeah.
it does suck that, like, you know, you stick with 3 characters because, like, you only have a party of 3 in this one. But, like, you know, you stick with 3 characters, you max them out throughout the game, right? Of
course.
And then the final boss comes and it's like, hey, use Selfie. You didn't use her at all.
Right. She's
Like-
level 13.
Yeah, and you're like, go ahead and take on the final boss. But then, like, your characters die for real, like, in that fight.
Yeah.
Like, they get erased, like, not even die, they get erased from existence, dude. Like, just compressed
Yeah.
in time to nothingness.
Hell yeah.
So it's like,
Compressed in time.
4-to-1 ratio.
but it just like raises the stakes of that final battle even more. Cause now you're gripping that controller. You're like, oh, dude, Renoa just got eviscerated.
She got nothing to do.
Yeah, like she's gone.
Yo, dude,
And
she
then
was
you
in
have
that
to, like-
little submarine that went to go look.
Oh, too soon.
Sorry. All right.
But like then you got to continue the final boss with like what's left of your party.
Yeah. Yeah. Way too low, Clint, but.
All right. Are we ready?
I'm so ready for this top 3.
I'm so ready.
Are we ready?
My fault. Let's go. Let's fucking go, dude.
Number
Top
3, with a total of 23 points.
That's a lot of points.
IGN, a 4-way tie. That means a lot. All right. Final Fantasy 10. Number 3, Final Fantasy X.
I'm happy with that.
I'll take it. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
I mean,
Considering what's left.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like I'll accept it because it could be worse, but like it's not a number 3.
It's
not a number
to me,
3.
it's not the number. What do we have them all at? What do we
Okay,
have?
so we have AJ has us at number 4. Eric has us
Higher
at
than
number
me.
5.
Number 5.
Take the floor.
Where'd you put it?
He put it at number 1, dude. He did this whole list wrong.
That was
Just-
weird.
Oh,
See more, see less.
I'm a weird guy, in case you haven't noticed.
Hey, Seymour Butts, dude. Put it the other way.
Seymour.
what? It's off on something, dude.
Stop this right now.
Yeah.
Why do you have a Seymour? Like no Titus or no Mari or Orin?
Yeah, you're on the wrong side.
I had them all.
Where are they?
Uh-oh.
They didn't make it.
Where'd they
Did
go?
you eat them? Like,
Yeah, I ate them all.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, Quina, come on. Things you can eat.
you almost ate Seymour just now.
No, I just lost them, I guess. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
the moving.
Yeah. Seymour's the one that survived.
Yeah, it's weird,
Son
right?
of a bitch.
yeah, what is wrong with you?
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah, explain.
I believe in my heart there is one Final Fantasy that is a 10 out of 10. This one ain't it. But
What
this
the-
is my
Your
favorite Final
fair.
Fantasy.
See, this is the shit I like with these lists that we're doing, is that we need to be true to ourselves, and we can't rank them on how we think they are. We have to rank them with how they are to us.
Yeah.
100%.
My love
And
for
that's
this
what you
game.
did.
My love for this game is a deep emotional thing. I just shared with the last episode. This was the first time I had my own bedroom. This was my PS2. No one else's. I didn't share this shit with anybody. This was my fucking time to just like shut my abusive world out from my brain. And it was just me and the goddamn pilgrimage, dude. I loved every second of this game.
Praise be to Yevon, dog.
And you guys already know, like I've shared this before. I love your shirt. I'm a huge fucking Godzilla nerd. Godzilla is like my lifeblood.
Godzilla. I got no idea what it has to do with Soundgarden, but it's a Godzilla shirt.
Nice.
Sin and Godzilla, this game was
Yeah.
feeding me, dude. Absolutely feeding me. I not enough Final Fantasies have a giant monster as its center of focus. I'm sorry. I love giant monsters.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's good.
You got the Imprisoned with a Skyward Sword.
Shut up.
Noted.
And this is one of the only Final Fantasies where they're not pulling the hood over your head with like this random god at the end that's just like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll
What are you talking about?
That's like exactly what
That's
they did.
exactly what they did.
We've been talking about Yevon since the beginning of this game. They have prepped you for Yevon
Yeah, but
since the beginning of this
Yevon's not
game.
what you think it is.
But you know that way earlier than the end of the game. It's all there. They don't fucking surprise you with this random god at the end like all the other Final Fantasies.
Great
That's-
battle system.
That's not.
Oh, probably the best battle.
It's up there.
On that note, how do you guys feel? Because I think 3 is my sweet spot as far as party members on the field.
4.
I love 3.
4.
Oh no, 3 is not enough. Yeah, it's
4.
good. It's gotta be 4.
4? 4 for you guys?
4 is the right number.
Yeah, 4 is good.
Again, maybe it's an
I-
ADHD thing, but I feel just 4 is a tipping point for me where I feel I'm
Nah, 3
hyper
is-
aware of too many abilities at once.
I got no skin in this game, but I'm with you. I like 3, but I'm
Yeah, no, I think it's just a tad too simplistic, and it also just gives me so much FOMO for all the characters I can't use.
Right.
Like especially when you have like a big star-studded roster.
that,
So, like,
that's
even-
a good point. Where
even
you
with
feel like
6, like-
it's a tougher choice to choose your party with 3.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you do have to be kicking someone out who you don't
10 is
necessarily want to kick.
10 is 10 is an interesting case though, where it's like
Yeah.
a party of 3 that you can swap.
And you
Yeah,
don't
and
have to
that-
so
sacrifice
you
a
can
turn.
use them all.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
awesome.
that really fixes a big problem for me,
Yeah.
which is like
Yeah.
that in 8, like you said, I get to the final boss, I got 3 dope characters. I got no one else I've touched the entire game. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I said, over time, and I've just recently been replaying it, and so many things about it rub me the wrong fucking way. Like,
I agree with you,
yo, this
which is
dude-
why I
this-
refuse to play this game again because I love it so much.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Sorry.
preserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
This dude telling me his fucking story. He's telling me he's narrating his own story. This guy sucks.
Oh,
Titus sucks, dude. He sucks. He's
definitely a weaker protagonist.
yeah. You want to talk shit about Zidane? We talk shit about Vaughn. Like this dude's like those guys. Those guys are like nothing. They're like whatever. This guy actively sucks. I'm serious.
He's
dude.
very out of place, and that's kind of like what his thing is.
all right.
like he-
The way
dude.
you identify with Squall, I identify on a molecular level to his trauma.
Sure.
Because I also had an
Yeah, that's
unbelievably
fair.
abusive father figure in my life.
Yeah, he's got that going for him.
And like mine wasn't like secretly loving and just didn't know how to show it like Jack actually was.
right. Yeah.
Like
Jack was just tough dad.
tough love
Yeah.
dad, but I
mean,
loved my son.
But I think like Titus also like expressed it in like a weird whiny way.
He was.
And
He
it's
was.
whiny, dude.
it's-
Very
and
bitchy.
It's not great.
His personality sucks.
I also think that because it's in part to the growing pains of like voice acting in video games of
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
of this
and-
time.
For sure.
Yeah, and we just talked about how that was a difficult one to voice act for, and like how
Yeah.
how they had to make that work.
Yeah.
Which definitely led to some issues with the performance and whatnot.
Where like now you have a game like we all played Final Fantasy 16, where it's like say what you will about the game. I mean,
Voice
like,
acting's great.
but voice acting, it's phenomenal. The way everything's acted, it's just
Yeah, cinematic as hell.
they had to go through these periods of just like you know Resident Evil 1 is fantastic. The acting is fucking terrible.
Yeah. Where I would start knocking 10 the most is just like how linear it was, like how most of the maps were just like straight lines or hallways that you would run down. And then just having like no world map, no airship.
Yeah.
Kind of just like pointed on a map, like, yeah, go
Totally.
here. And it's like weak compared to like coming off
So
of
weak.
like 7, 8, 9 or 6,
That's
7,
what
8, 9.
made me bounce off it so much was like there are times where I was just staring at the mini map, just trying to like fill out like where I was in the land because
Yeah.
there was like invisible walls.
The mini
so
map
it's like,
was also
I
kind
need
of
to
a-
make sure I search everything in case there's a chest, and I find myself just like doing this and not
Yeah, you're
actually
just-
looking at the screen.
Yeah, you're just
It's
staring
like
at the mini map because you want to make sure you like go every path, right?
Yeah.
And that's also like a knock on it. 'Cause it's like, yeah,
but
you're-
also growing pains of games for
sure.
during this era.
Yeah.
Which is in the PS2 video, I said that I don't really like PS2, and it's kind of more like I don't really like this era of video games. I don't look back on it
lot
that
of-
fondly.
I don't either.
a lot of growing pains, trying new stuff.
Yeah.
it
was
working,
a weird, like, gaming blew up in this time, but like I don't look back on a lot of the stuff fondly. Like PS1 is like that's the cutoff. Like, and then you have this weird area, and then I think we finally start hitting it again at like PS4.
I get that. I mean,
I'm the complete opposite side of the fence, but that's cool. I like that.
No, I get that though. Like the PS2 is definitely that weird goth era of like where you don't talk to your parents, you know, like in growing up.
Yo, and I did not talk to my parents. I had so many games for this console.
Yeah, like the PS2 is wearing a studded belt.
Oh, believe me, I was playing games in this era, dude. I was,
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
and I loved them, but I don't find myself going back to much of these.
Weird knock. This game's color palette's way too fucking bright. It's fucking obnoxious.
It's a very bright game.
It's as a Final Fantasy game. It's just like I don't know. It's a stark and like stands apart in a way that I don't love.
It was also the first time they didn't use rendered backgrounds,
which is cool.
Like full 3D, so it is like a very different feel.
I love a rendered background.
So do I. I would
fan.
Just bring that back.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Fuck 3D games.
Hey,
up, dude.
I don't remember, but I got a hot take about this game. I don't like the way that summons are handled in this game. I don't want to battle as a summon for long. Yeah, and substitute my whole team for
That's
that.
fair.
Just come in and give
That's
me
fair.
one strong attack and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so
like give me a sick animation. Get out of here, dude.
Yeah, so what they
the
were trying to
overdrives,
do
though.
is like
Overdrives,
basically what they pulled off with 15 is like they wanted the summon to like be a part of the battle and like and because they
Service and power fantasy that the player would have.
They initially wanted like 10 to be like open playing field, like how 12 ended up being. So they wanted the summon like on the field, like interacting and stuff with you as well. But they just
kind of like the 7 remakes too.
Yeah, like 7 remakes, which was like kind of like 15,
Yeah.
like how it comes in while things happening and stuff. But they couldn't pull it off with like the PS2 and limitations and whatnot. So their solution was like this weird mechanic of like swapping out and fighting as the summon.
Yeah.
But it is bizarre because like you only have 2 abilities.
Yeah.
And then like you eventually just like die.
Yeah, they die. They die pretty quick.
They swap
Yeah.
out, and then you can't use
Shiva,
them anymore.
Ixion, and free. You know, you can cast your
Yeah, and
lightning.
but if they get knocked out, like you can't use them again, right? They're like
Not for the fight.
battle.
You have to go
fight.
through a save sphere. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little weird.
But they were so cool though in this game. That's the thing.
Definitely.
All of them. They were all just so cool. Ixion was a unique one. We had the
Ixion
Yojimbo was really unique one. The
There was a
coolest
character named
Bahamut.
Jimbo.
Yojimbo.
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 But I will say, hey, Blitzball versus Triple Triad,
No contest.
Not a chance.
no
Dude.
contest.
Not a chance.
No
Blitzball
contest.
was not it. I resented every second I had to do to get Wakka's
I-
final weapon.
I played a lot of Blitz. Oh my God. I played a lot of A. Your boy might be recruiting some people to get on his team. You know what I
Of
mean?
course, dude. Of
Your boy
course.
might be smashing square on everybody he meets in this
NPC,
fucking game, dude. My
not
team
I,
be
cute guy.
stacked, okay? Don't fuck around with the Besato rocks. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. All right.
Your boy's probably playing fantasy blitzball, running his own fucking team.
Victory!
I also have to give a nod to the Jack Shot for being the hardest like play in sports. Period, dude.
Yeah.
Breaking a guy's nose to get the rebound off the shot, so you can then do like
Cartwheel,
upside down
somersault
backflip
thing,
sphere
yeah.
kick
Yeah.
to score. That's hard, dude.
That goes hard.
Just blast.
You guys ready for the number 2, which will tell you exactly what number 1 is after hearing what number 2 is?
I know how it's gonna go.
I'm happy no matter what.
Of course, because you know it's one of 2 games.
I know it's one of 2 games, and
and you knew both. You know both of those games at the top of the list.
Hit me with it.
So we got total of. There's only a 2-point difference between these 2 games, so we got a total of 25 points.
Well, that means one of you guys screwed up, or both of you.
Ah, man.
What have you done?
I didn't do shit.
did you do?
What did you do?
What did you do?
I did this. This was me. This is my fault.
Hey,
if
hold
you
on.
couldn't-
We're
if you
still
couldn't-
happy.
If you couldn't see that, Clinton's going to superimpose the cover, the sickest fucking game cover I've ever seen in my
Best
life
game-
Yeah.
best game
for
cover.
Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier, I had stated, in my opinion, there is only one 10 out of 10 in this franchise. Final Fantasy VI, baby. 10 out of 10.
Oh, got Got it.
Eric's like, yeah, I agree.
Yes.
But it's the only
Yes.
one. It's the only one that truly deserves 10 out of 10 to me.
I wouldn't say that, but it is 10 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10 game. I'm in the same camp of like, I have a crazy love and respect for this game, and it's clearly a masterpiece in every way. I have too much respect for the Final Fantasy franchise to like front and say like it's my favorite Final Fantasy. Which is
You're being true to yourself. That's what we want.
I'm being
here.
true to myself. It's a fucking masterpiece game. But like, I grew up loving the way that you love 10. I loved 7, 8, 9, and 10. To be honest, like that was my era, and I didn't play 6 until years later. So I missed the magic of like when it hit and what that must have felt like.
Yeah, because like for the SNES at the time, like the sprites in that game are crazy.
I didn't play it as a youngster.
I can
played
only
this
imagine
game way
Eric
later.
just sitting there just drooling at this game. Like,
Yeah.
because I know you played it like probably on release.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I was in my 20s when I played this, and I never before had felt like I truly had missed on something.
I gave it a shot in my 20s, and I guess for all intents and purposes, I'm playing it now because I've kind of been continually playing it over the last few
chipping
months.
away at it.
Yeah.
I'm just emulating it, and I have like a PDF of the instruction manual like on the other half of my no, I have it on the iPad sitting on the side of me. So like anytime I want to like look up
like the Blitz combos,
like
and stuff.
Saban's Blitz combos, I just have like the illustrated fucking
That's awesome.
instruction manual on the
Hell
side.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good.
Play it with the Switch Super NES controller.
Yeah.
Dude,
and like
just-
you have such a huge cast of like characters.
So
in this
many
one. They're
characters.
all so sick. But like you can't swap out your characters this time around. You do get a party of 4. But like what it does to kind of like help that is it built into the narrative. It is constantly like forcing you to shuffle your party members.
Yeah,
and,
people
like,
are getting left behind in different places, and you get
Yeah,
to
or
choose
they
which
even-
people get to do other things in different places.
They even do
so.
a cool thing where they split your party and you have to control both of them within one dungeon.
Super
Oh, yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
move around and like
Super cool.
lower a bridge for the other crew and stuff.
Love it.
It's
I
like
also love the
so
like
sick.
the split narratives it'll do, like where it's like things are happening at the same time, but you'll like play as both parties like separately a couple times.
Yeah, like when Gao, Sabin, and Scion like get separated.
yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
You're doing like this whole other thing.
The train
Oh yeah,
sequence,
the
dude.
Phantom
Yeah.
train and
Fuck,
Suplexing a train.
Suplexing a fucking train. dude.
so rad.
What I just don't understand is how they had so many cool ideas in this game and then just threw them out the window and never used any aspect of them ever again.
Sony PlayStation.
In what sense? What do you mean?
Like the way that you attack with fighters.
Oh, like how
Like
they
the
each
fact
have
that like they
their
each, not only are you choosing commands, they like the way you choose those commands operate differently from different characters.
Yeah.
Like some of them you have to hold a button and release at a certain time. Some of them you have to put in combos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about
Some
their
of them you have to
special
tap to a
abilities?
certain, the gauge gets to a certain part and that does a certain thing. And it's just
Yeah,
like,
no, like
they all
each of their-
operate very
They all
differently.
feel different and have different
Yeah.
mechanics, and it's insane.
And
It's
then you
like-
go to
so
essentially not to knock on it, but just choosing commands. And that seems to be kind of the staple of that RPG going forward. And it's just like, even like, how come other games didn't really do this?
Well, that's what
after?
Square does all the time. Is they
Not even
do something
Square,
new.
but like other
Well,
RPGs.
sure. Well, yeah. I mean, I say that about Grandia all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
How come nobody copied this battle system? But like, yeah, Square loves like coming up with a new thing. It's like sick, and then they're like, now we're doing something different.
Yeah.
every time. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. The special abilities of each character make each of them feel different, play different, and they're all so cool in their own ways. But then also just like the backstories of each character are so fleshed out, and you can like some of them are even optional. But you get to like go on that whole journey of like what Scion went through, or like how like Gao ended up where he is. And, you know, it's like
Yeah, if you go back to like the main castle, like, and you're fronting one person, like you'll have a completely different dialogue sequence, just because you're that.
Yeah, this game is so thorough.
It doesn't even really like Terra is your kind of your main character, but like there's like at least 3 characters that you could consider main characters. In this game.
Yeah, Terra, Locke, and
Celis, right?
Yeah.
They're all. I mean,
like equally as important.
Exactly.
And it's also cool how like at certain points of the games the narrative switches. So like like at a halfway point, like Celeste kind of becomes the main character, and like you don't even know where Terra is,
Yeah.
kind of stuff. It's just like the story and
Probably
all the side quests in that game. Are
The best
phenomenal.
story in a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Period.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kefka is a legit fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
What a maniac.
Yeah.
And like
It's a
actually terrifying.
It's a bad guy. bad guy.
You doing with the clown?
Yeah, I think the only knock I have on that game is like they went a little too hard with the espers and they almost got overwhelming. There's so many. But at the same time, what an awesome system where like you equip an esper, you learn their magic, like different spells, and then swap it to someone else. You're like, all right, you learn the fire spells, like I'll take the ice spells, and like
It's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
it's a lot. Yeah, it's like kind of too many, but that's also like how you get your spells in that game. So they have to keep feeding them
Dude,
to
but
you.
even then, like as much as I love like ripping with Gao, because I was just on the on the Velt. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Dude, learning everything, dude. And then to the point where if I want to do an attack with Gao, I got like 40 different fucking commands they can do, and it's like it's option paralysis, dude. It's
Yeah.
like I find 3 that I love, and I'm like, yeah, you're just cleaning house with these. I forget what they're called, but
Yeah, and it's also an active time battle
Yeah.
in that game too. So like you got to pick your commands fast.
You got go.
Yes.
I think we're
go.
talking, we got 4 times 7, 28 espers in this game.
That's too
28
many.
espers.
That's too many.
Wild.
I'll be the first to say it.
Yeah, it is, but they each have their spells, they each have their uses, and then like once you like learn the spells you want on the characters you want, then you just like equip whatever espers you want to summon in battle. So then you just have them on the fly. But like, what a tasty game!
Yeah. What they need to do is they need to take this. They need to take Final Fantasy VI, right? And they need this is already starting off.
Yeah,
Here
we go.
comes
I'm
the
being
multiverse,
I'm
dude.
being a little stinker, dude. All
Here
right.
comes the multiverse.
We need to take Final Fantasy VI, dude. We need to just like take it. What? It's a nice what? 25, 30 hour RPG probably.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it's
dude. So
easily
like
40,
when you
yeah.
get to the Velt with Gal, dude, you need to make that its own game. Just its own fucking game. You spend 45 hours on the Velt with Gal, just beating
so
people.
so
Like,
you
that's
know
what you
what
need
it's
to do.
really like to be
Yeah.
alone on the belt.
Yeah.
Just a wild child.
Where do we stand?
Dude, when Shadow joins your party randomly, dude, 5-hour cutscene. Dude.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, give me additional DLC every time he leaves your party. Where you go?
Dude, anytime someone leaves your party, new game.
Hey, Shadow, when you leave the party, where you go? what are you doing?
Because you here when I no sleep, but then I go to sleep and you know here. What are you doing to me?
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love Shadow, man. I fucked that up so hard. I lost
That game, Shadow Man?
I fucked Shadow, man.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, but I fucked. You have to like you have to go get him.
You gotta wait for him.
You got to wait for him. Yeah, there's like a time.
Yeah,
like,
you're trying to-
Dude,
sequence.
he's on his
yeah.
own thing, dude. He's just like,
No, there's a way to not have him die.
no, I know, but like in the beginning of the game, you're kind of just, he's just like, yo, I'm out.
Yeah, he's a hired gun in the beginning of the game, you know?
I know,
basically a
but I
merc.
love how it's like sometimes a roll of the dice, like when he's gonna actually leave. Like I've looked it up on
yeah.
a walkthrough. They're just like, yeah,
Yeah,
you get Shadow right now, but like, yo, sometime between here and there, he's gone, dude. So just like, be prepared for him to just like, whoop,
Yeah,
see ya.
it's crazy.
It's just so good.
But it makes you cherish him the time that you get.
Yeah.
Like when you find him in a bar again, and you're like, oh yes, get back in my party.
Dude, that's exactly where you'd find Shadow,
That's it.
dude. Just fucking drinking a fucking
Yeah.
brewski.
Yeah,
Dude,
with
yeah,
his dog.
cut to that scene in Billy Madison where he's just like, you just gotta cherish it. Cherish it.
Yo, where do we stand on the remake Final Fantasy VI debate? Should it be remade?
Yay, HD 2D Square Enix goodness. The second you venture out of that, I'm not interested, and that would be a crime to humanity.
Yeah, I would say like that the game is perfect, untouched. So the only thing I would ever want for it, give it a little glow up, but don't touch a thing.
Yeah.
I would love
Just make
the
it look a little sparkly for me.
I would love the quality of life stuff though, like be able to optionally fast forward or like rewind thing.
I feel like for quality of life, there'd have to be a complete overhaul of like the menus.
Yes.
Like in the way that
Yeah.
like battling works in this game within menus is like very dependent on you either memorizing what you're supposed to do or having something at hand. So they're going to have to do a complete fucking overhaul of that or leave it alone.
Yeah. I mean, they just did the Pixel remaster, so I think that is them leaving it alone.
Yeah, and they left everything but changed the sprites to look like cartoony and
like
just
ass.
awful, dude.
I do
Real
not
awful.
like the Pixel remaster's sprites at all.
Yeah, no. It ain't.
Dude, and they use like Comic Sans for the font or whatever the fuck. Like the fonts
they
look
fixed that,
bad.
but originally
They did
it was
fix
a-
that?
Yeah, originally it was a
Oh, it
problem.
was brutal, dude.
I think there's ways to remake this game that would be mind-blowing, and 2D HD could be mind-blowing. I think Square Enix will fuck it up if they try. So I don't
Yeah,
think they
like
should.
just
Yeah.
like menu overhaul, like maybe a little side quest menu in your thing where you can like keep track of certain things that are going on. Sure. They'd have to really get nitty gritty into it, but
Yeah. But yeah, I think 4 would be improved on with like an HD 3D remaster, where like
the
6
Dragon Quest treatment.
like 6 can't get better, but I feel like 4 could get better. Like it could potentially be improved.
Sure.
Anyway, just a thought.
especially if Square's at the helm, you know.
Yeah, what could go wrong? I don't even know if I could like whatever those side teams are. I don't even know if I think of them the same way. They're, like as Square Enix
Square proper, yeah. I know.
When Square Enix tries to do something and puts all their fucking might behind it, it's fucking blows. But then they're like, "Hey, Team
wanna-
Asano, you want to go fuck
make
around with
another
this thing?"
Octopath or
And it's just a
something?
fucking legendary,
rips.
brilliant thing.
Yeah.
It's just
I
like
feel the same way.
yeah,
It feels like it's something aside from Square.
that they don't even respect. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
I think it's changing. I think it's coming.
I hope so. I hope so.
I mean, 'cause I think their games just keep hitting, dude.
Anyway, 6 is a good game. I'll say it.
Phenomenal game. Number 1 on my list, baby.
Number 1 on Super Game Boys list.
And well deserved.
What do you guys think it is?
Final Fantasy 13.
3.
13.
Wait, no sequels allowed. Right.
So the number 1 game on Clinton's list came out at number 3. Eric's came out at number 2. And AJ? Number 1. That game is Final Fantasy 7.
Dun 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 dun.
Number 1, baby. Number 1, baby.
Oh, you came
Well
prepared.
Came prepared.
Well deserved.
I don't even know how to say this, but like 7 it's like the best of times and the worst of times. Like Final Fantasy 7, the game that came out in 1997, is one of the greatest of all time. It's
Absolutely.
It's my favorite Final Fantasy. It changed the world.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7, the franchise, the remake, the spin-offs,
the
the
movies.
movie can suck a butt, dude. All that shit can suck a butt.
It's
dude.
been
AJ for
mishandled
Prez.
and also just like jammed down your throat, you know, because it's like the face of the franchise now.
way too
but-
much of a good thing.
Dude,
And I
that
feel-
horse has been beaten to a
And I
pulp.
feel like when viewers, I feel like there's a segment of viewers that when they see that Final Fantasy VII is our number 1 game, are gonna go like,
Of course
of
it is."
course it is everybody's favorite. Like,
But here's the thing: is that the way that we do this is it's an aggregate of our own views, right? So it's not that everyone sitting in this room thinks that it's number 1, but we all think it's good enough that it somehow worked its way to number 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
Definitely.
And like the point I'm trying to make is like you have to, when you're evaluating this, or like I do, you have to cut out the things that outside of this actual game that fucking bum you out. If you're like me, because like if I definitely have moments where like I see a picture of fucking Cloud and it's like the fucking this Cloud, the remake Cloud,
yeah.
right? And it fucking bums me out, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm just like
Yeah.
these
Because now you have like
fucking
new
everywhere.
shitty memories attached to your like old memories.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you know,
cloud that you
Yes.
see out and about
That's-
is not the cloud that you remember.
Right. That
you want to see Polygon Cloud.
I want to see Polygon Cloud, dude.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
And like
But
just,
yeah, just gonna put that shit aside because 7 is a perfect game.
It's-
7 is phenomenal.
Yeah, get everything out that's irrelevant. The only thing relevant in Final Fantasy in this list
is
for
the game
us
itself.
It's the game
is
itself.
is the original Final Fantasy VII.
It's
Nothing else exists without that game.
it's a touchstone of entertainment history. It's a fucking cultural icon. It's one of the most influential games of all time.
for sure.
right.
For sure.
Just everything about it, when I think about it and how I experienced it for the first time and how it made me feel and how like yeah, I wanted to fucking become a mercenary and yeah, fucking ride. I wanted to go catch my chocobo. I wanted to fall down in a bed of flowers and have a beautiful lady resurrect me. Like I was like, this is who I am, and I need you to accept this. And I would be going to school just drawing. I would be in school. I'd finish my work and I'd just be drawing cloud, just trying from memory, just spiky hair, just one big spike of hair, and then like
You're just drawing triangles like it's this cloud.
Can I show you something? Behind you, Andy, there's that.
Ah!
There's this wooden box with a bunch of like stationery in there.
Yeah. Your portfolio, sir.
It's a portfolio. Think I have.
Made me think there was a ghost behind me or something. A ghost. Oh, Slimer, dude. Slime me up.
Oh, wait. I'm just remembering now. I never fucking finished it. Here it is.
Oh, it's just incredible though. Yeah. So this is one of the ones that I drew when I was a young lad. As you can see, it's fucking brilliant and gorgeous. Jesus Christ, Clinton.
I have this framed in my office. Your drawing.
Holy
You gave it
shit.
to me.
Wow.
You gave me like a print of it. And I put it in a frame and it's in my
Finish it,
office.
and I want a print of it, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, we'll
anyway, I feel like there's nothing that we can say about this game that hasn't already been said about why it's good. But like,
Wait, this game's good?
yeah, dude. Anyway, I fucked with this kid in elementary school. Martin Boujwit, if you're watching this, I apologize. I told him that I had that you could get a special version of Final Fantasy VII. And then I went all elaborate with like how you could identify it and like that, like yeah, well, it'll say this word in like the back cover or whatever. And I was like, yeah, and it allows you to like save save Aerith, and like there's got a couple other cheat codes in there, like there's extra summons and stuff. And like I knew I was bullshit, and I was like 8 years old, but I thought it was one of those things like, oh, he obviously knows I'm bullshitting. And then he came into school the next day and he was like,
7 copies.
no. He was just like,
I bought all the ones I had.
he was like, I went to GameStop yesterday. I was like, oh, word. He's like, I asked him about what you said. He was so pissed at me, dude. He told me it don't exist. I tried to buy from him. He said it doesn't exist. I was like, I guess he doesn't know about it, dude. Yeah, but anyway, Martin.
Uneducated,
Martin,
dude.
I'm sorry, dude. I lied.
Little stinker.
I'm glad you came clean though.
Stinker. I feel good. I don't think Martin feels good. I think he's like, fuck you. He's got like 400 copies of Final 7. He's been searching.
Dude, speaking of Billy Madison, once he sees this, because he's going to see this episode, because who doesn't watch this? But he's going to go behind his couch and he's going to cross your name off his list.
Apologized. He's all right.
The lipstick.
Yeah, thanks for coming clean. You're off his fucking
Glad I called that guy.
Yeah.
Glad I called that guy. But
Just
I did learn though that there's a misprint version of Final Fantasy VII on the back cover like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's worth a little more.
Yeah.
Is it like the first press and then they caught it and then started pressing some
Probably.
more?
Check your copies when you get home.
Well, I can tell you that my copy has the misprint. And my copy was Eric's copy. I do want to share this fucking story. Eric, all right, so check it out. Me and Eric have obviously been playing games together for years and years, like forever, right? We always let each other borrow games, but with the understanding like that's my game. Give it back whenever, and I'll borrow another one from you, whatever. Yeah. When I went to borrow Final Fantasy VII from Eric, his response was, I'll give it to you for $7. All right. Hold on. So I was like 8. So I'm like scraping all the money off my fucking drawer. I'm like looking under nooks and crannies. I got like 4 ones and like 1,000,000 quarters for the 7, and I buy the game off of him. But I've never given it back to him because now that's my fucking game. Because I bought the game from him. I didn't borrow it. I purchased the game. So yeah, I've got the misprint. That should be yours.
No, you don't, because you did give it back to me.
I did?
I have it. Yeah.
Why did I do that? So I bought
You bought it and then you gave it back to me.
Or are you borrowing his game?
That's just because I'm a nice guy.
Hey, the art of the deal right there, dude.
And I can explain. I can explain. So
You got fucking shook down, dude.
so obviously this was like the most impact I've ever had playing a video game,
Sure.
right? This was like a crazy thing. But what AJ didn't tell you is when he asked to take this game was he came over my house as I was fighting the final boss of this game, okay? And then not only did I
You
experience
beat him, though.
Not only did I experience the 3 stages of that final fight, and then the insane cinematic after. And you know, when beating any RPG that you've just sank like 65 hours into, right? You're left with this like, whoa, like it's over, like that it's done, but like the attachment's still there. And then AJ's like, yo, can I get that? And I'm like, I'm just coming off of this like insane climactic like thing, and I'm like,
He's trying to piece his brain back together.
I'm like,
All he could think to say was,
Like-
"Give me $7."
because now I was like fighting with myself, right? Because I was like, of course, like you need to experience this. Of course, I want to give you this game, but like I can't let go. It's like it's my precious, dude. I like so the only thing the rational brain I could like come up with in my fucking like 12-year-old body or something was like, well, I guess I'll give it to him at a price, but I can't charge him a lot. It's my best friend and cousin, dude. Like, so I'm just like, so my brain just came up with like Final Fantasy $7 will make this okay somehow. I don't know why I did it.
I think like because you also had in your head like that was the era of like you would go trade your games in to get a new game, right? So I
Sure.
think you also probably had in your head like, yeah,
How do I get the next game?
right? Yeah, how am I gonna get my next fix? Like I'm gonna need another RPG or like whatever. So you're like, well, I could trade it in for $7 or I'll give it to you for $7.
I just checked an
either way,
inflation
same.
calculator. $7 equates to 15 now.
Sure.
Hey, it's still a deal.
It's a deal.
That's
it was a deal.
for one of the greatest games. ever made.
It was. But that was
Fantastic game.
that was just like the timing, and I was just like trying to
Yeah.
deal with what just
Yo, I
happened.
didn't realize I gave you that copy back because the copy that I have has the jewel case broken in almost the same fucking place, right across
Cracked
the front.
right across
like
the front,
I guess that's just how they broke.
I just looked on my calculator and I did the calculation for inflation, and $7 back then is equal to $150,000. So, like, dude, you overpaid.
Yeah, that's no, it was worth it.
It's a mortgage.
Yeah. And I didn't feel good about doing it. But I just didn't know how to let go.
Dude, you were
timing
Scrooge
could've been
McDuckin
better.
in that fucking $7, dude.
My timing could have been better. I was like, yo, that look. It's like literally the credits are rolling. I'm like, yo, that
You're like,
that
it
looked
looked
like
pretty
it was sick. Dude.
I'm over here just like trembling and
Yo, you done eating that, dude?
You look done as fuck with that game. So
You're like, well, I'm pretty
Yo,
sure
that
you
shit
just
looked
beat it.
good.
Can I get that? Oh man, but yeah, what an experience, man. Definitely one of the
What a great story,
greatest
too. I
of
like
all
that.
time.
and just dude, going back to that scene, the flashback of your first mission, you getting out of the fucking cruiser, playing just you and Sephiroth in your party
man.
against that huge dragon.
Yeah.
The dragon attacks Sephiroth and does 0 damage.
Yeah. Then just stomps Cloud.
Sets it up.
Yeah,
And
one
then
shots
he just
Cloud,
one-shots it.
and then fucking Sephiroth with the Masamune just does like thousands of damage.
Dude.
Yeah.
Just that
And
dragon.
also, can we talk about just like sound effects?
Yeah.
Where like
The greatest.
yeah, but not just the whoosh, but it does the like the critical hit sound where
Yeah.
it hits that like ting
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the like
Yeah.
peak of the shot.
No,
and
it's
oh.
like Clem Hazard sound. It's just like the fucking.
Yeah,
It's fucking
it's so
nuts,
sick,
dude.
dude.
Yeah,
and
great sound
that's
design.
something Six did. That my favorite thing of all time
Oh, the
is like beating
Crack.
a boss in
Yeah.
6 and the crack. Like,
Yeah.
because like you can't see the hit points, you're just struggling, you're sweating, you're on the edge of dying, and then you hear the crack and the screen flashes,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I did it, and then the enemy starts crumbling.
No
and, like,
more Mega
just
Potions left, but you
deteriorating,
did
and
it,
it's
yeah.
like,
That's
oh,
also the
so
magic
rad.
of those games back then, where like you didn't have a visible health pool.
Yeah, you
So,
just
like, you
hammered
Even
it.
if you were doing good or
Yeah,
bad,
how
or
far
like-
along you are, or if
Yeah.
you're close, and then you hear that crack. And 7 did a similar thing where you get the like, shing, and then it hit the red, like
Yeah, the red.
you get that whoosh, right?
Yeah.
I'll never
and they
forget
get
the sound effect. Yeah, of
vanquished.
specifically Cloud swipe at but killing an enemy.
Yeah.
It's like it's so fucking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But the sound of
Sounds
his
like
sword always sounded like fucking scissors to me. It was like
You could feel it. You
Yeah,
could,
dude,
I fucking
impact.
got him. I got him, dude.
Yeah.
Caught
It's
him
really,
clean
really
with
good.
that.
I love the delay of Barrett's gun too. He was always like brrr.
Yeah, that's
So
something they need
sick.
to bring back hard. Is just that like that crack, or just some way of like signaling like you did it. Like
Yeah.
there it is.
Hey,
Summoning magic
Hey.
too. Oh,
If you bring up 16 right now, dude,
oh, I'm not going to bring up 16. I'm going to bring up a game from a different franchise.
yeah,
Silksong, dude. When you beat a boss,
terrible.
it just goes a big white flash, and everything slows down. And you have like this like slow mo fucking boom
So
that happens
satisfying.
at the last crack of the
Yeah.
boss.
Except for when you kill a boss and that was just a fake out and it's still alive. That
Oh, the
game is
Widow?
that is fuck you the game, dude. That
Yeah,
is
we're-
fuck, when
We're not
that
going to talk
happened-
Silksong. I just wanted to say like I know what you're talking about, and I'm enjoying that in a game that I love right now.
Totally, yeah.
Where you don't know, no health pool. You just you're sweating, and then the
Yeah,
and you're like
you hit.
oh
you're
my
like, I did
god,
it, yeah.
yes.
The missable material in this game fucking broke my heart
There's a
though.
lot of missable stuff. Missable summons.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game.
Haunted by which one is like you're supposed to pick it up on a train or something? It's one of the Bahamets. It's like Neo or
it's
Zero.
Bahamut Zero. It's the space mission, and when Sid's up in the rocket,
yeah.
Yeah.
and you got to do
Yeah.
like you got to play some mini game in space to like save the rocket, and yeah, Bahamut Zero is on that.
Dude,
That one
that
haunts me.
rocket.
Bahamut Zero and Neo Bahamut. I love the sheer batshitness of one summon magic just like blowing up the cosmos. And then it goes back to reality. And it's just like, 4,000 damage.
The
They're also
audacity.
equally sick though. Like, who's your favorite? Bahamut, Neo Bahamut, or Bahamut Zero?
Wow.
I gotta go Neo Bahamut.
I would say Neo.
Neo Bahamut's
Neo's
fucking
so
awesome.
rad, and
Neo's
it's like
rad as fuck.
from design standpoint, with
Absolutely.
like inverted wings and
Yeah.
stuff. It looks sick as
Yeah,
hell.
yeah,
but then just the animation of like the sky opening up,
Yeah, dude.
the Earth just getting ripped out, brought up to Neo. Like he doesn't come down to you. You get
Yeah.
brought up to Neo Bahamut, and then he just eviscerates you
Yeah, dude.
and whatever rock you're standing
Dude.
on for you to fall back down to Earth.
Insane. The limit
so
breaks in this
good.
game.
Oh, so sick. I love
Iconic.
them.
Fucking insane.
And just
Omni
also just
Slash?
that
Yeah,
system,
Omni
the limit
Slash,
break
dude.
system.
Come on.
Of
Yeah.
like introducing that into the game of
When
like,
you-
filling up this bar from doing damage, taking damage,
Yep.
and then unleashing some ultimate attack. The
Limit
raddest thing to happen
Dude,
to
such
RPGs.
a good name too. But when you
It is, dude.
It
Just I gotta hand it to him. Limit break. That's just like phonetically perfect.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so like anime.
Yeah. It's one I'm naming my first
Limit break.
yeah, limit break, limit break mills,
bro.
dude.
Dude, that's sick.
I like the androgyny. Yeah.
Sarah. Yeah. All right. Craig. Okay. Limit break. Right here.
Prison.
Not interested.
Yeah. Not. Limit break. Not interested.
Go talk to a wall.
Yeah, dude. Dude, when you Omni Slash Sephiroth without his shirt on at the end. Oh dear, man. What a fucking moment.
Yo, the final fucking fight with Sephiroth in this game is the raddest shit of
Yeah.
all time, dude. I've got
Yeah.
two parties simultaneously fighting the same fucking boss from two like different angles, dude. That's fucking rad,
Yeah,
dude.
it sure is.
That's so sick. And of course I did the same thing I did in 8 where I've got 3.
All right, who was your three?
The first time I played it, I did obviously Cloud, Barrett, Tifa.
Strong. Just the
the
OG.
OG.
Team
OG
Avalanche,
3.
baby.
Team Avalanche, yeah.
Hell yeah.
What about you?
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, it was same. Yeah, Barrett, Tifa, Cloud for pretty much the whole game. And I think maybe at the very, very end, I swapped Barrett for Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent's dope.
But like the bulk of that game, yeah, Team Avalanche.
So to recap our top 10, we have Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, 9, Final Fantasy 12, number 8, Final Fantasy 5, number 7, Final Fantasy 9, number 6, Final Fantasy 4, number 5, Final Fantasy Tactics, number 4, Final Fantasy 8, number 3, Final Fantasy X, number 2, Final Fantasy 6, and number 1, Final Fantasy 7.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything on your list that we didn't talk about?
I'll tell you right now, the original Final Fantasy was
Yeah.
number 10 on my list.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
That's nice.
Good for you.
15
Nice thing you
was
did.
on my list.
15 was on your list. Wow.
Yeah, number 11 would have been Final Fantasy 13. Number 12 would have been Final Fantasy 15. Number 13 would be the original Final Fantasy. Those were the ones that got votes.
Got votes. Yeah, yeah.
So the ones that
I
didn't
mean,
get votes were 2 and 3 and 16.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fuck those
Yeah, 16, big disappointment. Started off real strong, but big disappointment. 15 is like the most heartbroken I've ever been.
Same. It's on my list though, because I
15.
will never forget the hype cycle to it. I was in
Well, I mean,
Japan the day it came out in
oh
Japan.
my god, that must have been
yeah.
sick.
There
as
were
hell.
fucking billboards with Noctis's face all over Tokyo. It was insane.
The DLC just made the game feel fragmented and like just like you were missing pieces of the game. It was like such a disaster of a launch.
Dude, I couldn't
like,
tell you a
oh my
single
God.
fucking thing about the antagonist's ambition. What
That's
was his name?
bec- that-
Arden?
Yeah, that's because
even know.
that's because they put it out in the fourth DLC is the prequel to the game that gives you Arden's story. I still haven't played it, so I still don't know shit about that guy who's the most important character in that game.
I couldn't tell you a thing.
Yeah, and like
I beat that game.
He supposedly has like a crazy, tragic, awesome story, but like
Yeah, because it
without
took him fucking 5 years to figure it out after the game came out.
Yeah, who gives a shit about that? But you guys took a lot of pictures, right? With the, took a lot of, like selfies with the boys. on
Pumped
the-
a lot of
on the
fucking
road trip,
gas.
right? You know what I'm talking about?
But the summons, the fights in this game are crazy. And I think, like, honestly, the combat was a lot of fun and, like, the sword warp thing.
That was cool.
Whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So sick.
Made it very flashy. Just
Sounds like a great game.
Man, what a shell of a game.
Wasn't a great game.
It's not, man. It's a shell of itself. And it's so sad.
It's like,
it could have
like
been.
Road Rules Final Fantasy.
It is, man. It's a mess.
There's like no girls in this game.
yeah.
It's like boys.
I'm out.
That's
Boys
another
will be
thing
boys,
is like
the game.
Arenia, that like sick dragoon.
Yeah.
Her story got thrown right out the window, dude. So like no idea what her deal is.
Speaking of women representation in Final Fantasy, I put 13 as number 10 on my game.
I also put 13, I think, as my 11.
Oh, you went
Sorry,
past
my
10.
9. My 9.
Oh, okay.
I counted the wrong direction.
So not on the
No, my number 9.
13 did not make my list. I bought an Xbox 360 just to play 13.
Me too, man.
That was maybe
Was it a
20
timed exclusive?
It was.
Yeah, it was. It was maybe 20 hours into the game. I got the red ring.
Oh no.
Wasn't even that mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
get it.
was immediately turned off by the goofiness of the game and like
It's
just
dramatic.
the
It's like a
dramatic,
soap
over dramatic.
opera.
Yeah.
And it's the story's so convoluted.
I'd
Shit.
also like to nominate the first 3 hours of Final Fantasy 16 as being
Incredible.
great.
It is, yeah.
Such a false promise.
yeah.
It just sucks that the first 3 hours are also the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
Not cinematically, but just like the combat. Everything you learn in the first 5 minutes of your first combat encounter,
totally.
that's the rest of the game.
Totally. Yeah.
Hey, how different would we have felt about that game though? Had it not been a mainline Final Fantasy?
no, I would feel exactly the same.
I don't think I would have played it if it wasn't a mainline phone.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have played it. I probably would have dropped it. I mean, because I'm not even invested, so I'm the perfect person to ask. as soon as I realized that there are elemental attacks that don't do anything, it's just for you to sit there and
Yeah,
dude,
fair.
that game
It's crazy. It's just flat.
it's
damage.
flashy for the sake of you being flashy on your controller. Like you can just not do that stuff and everything will play out exactly the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so
And it-
infuriating.
Like there's no reason to do little extra flourishes. It's just so your fingers can dance and the screen can do pretty things.
Yeah, it's just to get
like
that,
it's
the combo damage, right? And it's like it also takes the strategy out of the game, where it's like
Oh,
there's no
completely.
elemental weaknesses.
Yeah.
It's just doing whatever you use, whatever you want to deal damage. You know,
And
yeah,
I've been
all
seeing-
damage does. There's no weaknesses. There's no like. It's all just damage. It's just hit. It's a hack and slash disguised as an RPG.
No depth to it.
Yeah.
and that is the Super Game Boys top 10 Final Fantasies.
And you can like it.
Or don't.
Your choice.
But leave your top 10 in the comments. Let us know, because if we get enough of those together, I will give you the People's Choice top 10 Final Fantasies.